Welcome back to this week's episode of the Bedroom Corner with your five hosts, me, Gengar Eevee, the heart from Howl's Moving Castle, and Pikachu. I'm holding space for myself today. It's felt like a emotional roller coaster. I get like this. If anyone doesn't know, I suffer from MDD, which is major depressive disorder. It's a mood disorder. I don't like to rank them, but it is a very debilitating one. To give you an indication of what my day has felt like, everything has felt like a personal attack. My friend said they did not like my lead photo on my Instagram post, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. It felt like my life was over. I did want to delete everything, and I did. Mind you, this is like my sister. Like, I consider this person a sibling. I did want to cut them off for saying that to me. It hurt me to my core. And I'm not even like kidding. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, it just hurt my feelings so much. And then I was sitting there thinking, as I was thinking of a reply to them saying that it looked like a immigrant mother taking a photo for the first time, and I was thinking of a response, and everything I was thinking was really visceral and like aggressive, and I was like, hey, I think I know for a fact that I've said something along those lines to them about the photos that they take. So it's really not that serious, and I had to like ground myself, but it did take me about 25 minutes, and then I said, so hey, that was annoying. And there's some dark thoughts going through my head right now for that motorcyclist. I can say that. Let's get into the tea of it all. While I'm going to the notes I have for today, how's everybody else doing? Are you guys suffering from MDD? Who has MDD out there? I kind of feel bad for you guys. Yeah. Shout out to Wendy Williams. We miss her. But anyways, how are you guys doing? I can't find my notes. Oh, literally at the top. Bedroom Corner 2. Let's get started. I hope you guys answered in that time that I gave you. First thing on the docket. When you're gay, you don't have to look ugly too. Dot dot dot. It's actually just dot dot. But I meant to do dot dot dot. So, why I thought of this was I think specifically, as I touched on in the last episode with Ethel Kane, I didn't want to speak on Ethel Kane too much, but then the discourse kept coming out. Ethel Kane definitely looks interesting. And I think that is a lot of people's things when they're coming into the queer space where they have to dye their hair 16 different colors. And it's like, okay, maybe this is a recession indicator. Um, and the death of colors and like neutrality and like neutrals and beiges. But I think there's a tasteful way to do everything. And I think a lot of gay people don't have taste. And that's one thing that I think gay people were known for, like in the Sex and the City kind of days. And I think that was a lot of what's the word for it? Stereotyping. Like, gay people know the best thing about hair and makeup, and I think a lot of gay people do. I think I know a lot of gay people do, but I also know a lot of gay people who are busted, and that's okay. But if you started out busted before you came out or before you were more free with it, then I think it's okay. But a lot of gay people go from being in the closet and being like semi presentable, cute, tea, and then they come out of the closet looking like Coco from Imaginary Friends. And I'm just like not understanding what transition we're trying to do. And this isn't me speaking on the dolls, this is mostly me speaking on cis gay people. Anytime I'm speaking on an issue surrounding this kind of topic, I'm talking to my own people. Like, a lot of the white people who come out and like want to do their thing, like, hey, I like that about you, and then it starts getting a little ugly. And I think that there's a certain queer space that speaks to. It's not mine, But I do recognize that my experience is not everybody else's. So all experiences are valid. But, but, we have to realize that a lot of you are representing the community. What did I say in the last episode? White people have the tallest podiums and the loudest mics. And this also goes for a lot of other races and ethnicities as well. I've seen a lot of people of color come out as queer or in the umbrella, and then a couple days later you got on a crocheted pride flag. And there's a time and a place for a pride flag, and I know this is not a popular topic under the political regime we are on, so maybe I should be standing with my brothers and sisters and everything in between and all the outliers as well. But at some point, it has to be said we are only judged by our best, for better or worse. We should not be, but we are only judged by our best and our most visible. A lot of you are very visible in the sense that you're going viral on Twitter. You're one of the OnlyFans girls, or you're just like somebody who's more visible than most. And sometimes I see you guys and I'm like, ooh, shut the lights off. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's no tea, no shade, but it's also like sometimes a little bit of peppermint tea and an umbrella is tea. Not everybody has to look like a DIY art project that's gone terribly wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you might be tea underneath all of that. But sometimes maybe strip it back. And it's not even like ugly, cause hey, you could be watching this right now like you look busted. And that's real. I respect that. I disagree wholeheartedly, but you could be watching that, and you could be watching this and you could be saying that. It's more so you're so loud with it, and I understand for a little while when you come out, it's like, oh yeah, I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know. I promise you, baby girl, sweetheart, let me hold your hand when I say this. They're gonna know. And if they don't know, they'll know pretty soon. Do you know what I mean? So maybe you don't have to be so loud about it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be so loud, but sometimes queerness is loud, and that's a different experience that I don't think I walk in. I just want everybody to be like, every time I see you, it doesn't have to be like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. Sometimes it can be like, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like I'm doing a lot of, I'm doing a lot of. So that's just really I wanted to start there. I wanted to hold space for those of you who are a little bit more visually conspicuous, for whatever reason or whatever you want to be. All I'm saying is maybe it doesn't have to be so. Maybe it can just be like, it doesn't have to be, you know? You know what I'm saying. The girls who get it, Clark it. Whew, I feel like a caricature of myself right now. It's actually really scary, but like, there's not much I can do about it right now. Like, we just gotta get through the episode. Like, you know? Moving on. I saw a TikTok today, or the other day. I don't know. The days are blending together. Where they were like, Geminis are cantankerous, and I think it was Amaray who was saying it, like cantankerous in the way. And also, I'm not telling you the definition of cantankerous. Go look that word up, or maybe I'll put it right here. We need to read. We need to read. We need to read, and we need to know the definition of words. And we need to know the definitions of words. It's dangerous times. Anyway, Amaray was saying that Geminis are cantankerous. They're either cantankerous like Kendrick Lamar, or they're cantankerous like Kanye West. And there's a cantankerousness about Kendrick Lamar who, I guess she was saying, or they were saying, I don't know their pronouns, or Amaray was saying that you can be cantankerous in the way where it's volatile like Kanye West, or it's like more calculated like Kendrick Lamar. I would argue, and then Amaray was like, but they're both insane. And I would argue that everyone who's speaking on Geminis needs to shut up. That's just my tea. I don't think anybody in this world can understand a Gemini like a Gemini. I was saying this last episode where it was like Kanye West is a Gemini Sun Cancer rising. I'm a Gemini Sun Cancer rising. Azalea Banks is a Gemini Sun Capricorn Moon. Right. I think Angelina Jolie is one of those two, a Gemini Sun, a Cancer rising, or a Gemini Sun Capricorn Moon. I think she's a Cancer rising. So it's like there are a lot of complexities that come with being a Gemini. There's a lot of complexities that come with being a Scorpio. There's a lot of complexities that come with being a Pisces. I think those are the three main signs that get dragged. Definitely Gemini's at the top of that list, though. We catch it from all sides, even some of our sisters and brothers who catch it just like us. They even try to like throw it on us to deflect. That's for you, Pisces. That's for you, Scorpio. Everything that you think a Gemini is really a Libra or a Pisces, first of all. And it's definitely a Pisces. Every fake attribute, every two-faced attribute, that's actually a Libra or a Leo, honestly. And you guys think that it's a Gemini. It's not. That's neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk about anybody else. I'm here to talk about me. There are a lot of complexities about us that I don't think people will understand. We're a very nuanced people, and a lot of you are one-dimensional. A lot of you don't have much to say. A lot of you can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of you don't have anything to say because there's no thought-provoking thoughts in your head, and that's okay. I'm not here to vouch for people like Kanye West. I will say there is a aspect of Geminis that's completely insidious, and I feel like I have to fight against it every single day. There's a side to it like Kanye West. There's a side to it like Azalea Banks, but there's also a quieter side. There's a beautiful side. There's Marilyn Monroe's. There's Tupac. There's Biggie Smalls. There's Lisa Left Eye Lopez. There's all these people who do amazing things, but also are extremely polarizing at the same time. I think that's the thing about Gemini's. Period. They're extremely polarizing people. Obviously, a lot of them are going to hell, but you can say that about a lot of zodiac signs, and you can say that just about people. We're not debating whether some of these people are good people or not, because a lot of them are gonna burn. What'd you say? I said your fucking baby's gonna burn. When you dated that Gemini and that did you wrong, were you boring? They ghosted you? Were you boring? Were you boring? At a certain time period, you've got to like start asking yourself the same questions. Like, girl, what do you mean the Gemini like did you dirty for 6 months? Why did you let them? But obviously, as a sister, I do know that my siblings can be like, I know they can, but I know they can be like too. And I think a lot of you are just weak. We're just misunderstood people. We're not victims. We're not a cancer. We're not a cancer. I know that much. We don't play the victim like a Libra. We're not trying to be center stage when we don't have much to say out of our brains like a Leo. We're not over analyzing everybody and saying it out loud when we're the most fucked up in the room like a Virgo. We're not completely delusional and living in a different mindscape. And then when we do bad things, we're like, why is everybody mad at me like a Pisces? Because if you want to get into Gemini, let's get into everybody else. We're not loud, bold, and rude like an Aries. We're not stubborn, headstrong, but also can't make a decision to save our lives like a Taurus. Oh, okay. Right, 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 right. Right. We're not emotionally intense, but also emotionally intense in a way where it's scaring the hose off. And then when someone's emotionally intense to us, we view it as an attack like a Scorpio. Or we're not loud, bold, rude, ghetto, and hood like a Sagittarius. And emotionally inept like a Sagittarius. And we're not the boringest boring thing like watching white paint dry on a white wall like a Capricorn. And we're not emotionally stunted like an Aquarius. I hope you guys can't hear you can't hear my laptop fan because it's getting quite loud actually, but that's all I really wanted to say about zodiac signs. Moving on. Talking about relationships, talking about all those things. Like I said, I'm a Taurus Venus. For the first 6 months of a relationship, I've only been thinking about this because you guys, I don't know if I said it on here, but if you know me in real life, I've been saying I'm going to be single until I'm 30. How accurate do I think that's going to be? I can't really speak on it because I've already started dating again. And dating mean going on dates. I don't know why people say dating like they're dating one singular person. If I'm dating one singular person, I'm gonna say I'm in a relationship. Like I have a partner, I have a girlfriend, I have a boyfriend. But I just feel like a lot of people expect a lot of honesty from you in the talking stage. I'm only saying this because I was on a date today, actually, while I was emotionally volatile. I don't make great decisions, but that's the end of that sentence. We were on a date and we were talking, and I was like, "Yeah, when I was in the psych ward," and the person paused, and they were like, "When did you go to the psych ward?" And I was like, "Well, I went to the psych ward a couple times, but I was talking about this particular time." And they were like, "Why haven't? But you don't think it was like important to share that, or like going forward and stuff like that?" And I was like, "No, like, no, I didn't think it was important to share that because my medical history and my neurodivergence isn't something that I share with everyone." I think in the age of trauma dumping and wanting to overshare and over yap about stuff that's kind of, I mean, it's not, I wasn't not sharing it because I think it's traumatic. I think everybody should talk about their mental health as casually as they want, or casually as they can, because we need to normalize a lot of those things. But also time and place. We're going to see Superman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't ever a time where sharing that I had been to the psych ward would have made sense without just like blurting it out. So why would I just blurt that out to you? Also, bitch, are you my therapist? Are you my psychiatrist? Like, why do I need to share that with you? And they were just like, yeah, but like that's such a big part of your life. It is. Absolutely. It's a very large part of my life. It affects me every single day. You are not, though. You're not yet, or you may not never be. You may not ever be a very big part of my life. So sharing a very big part of my life with someone who might not ever be a big part of my life and is not currently at this time doesn't really make sense. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's how that conversation ended. And we're like, oh, well, I guess you're right. Because, yeah, bitch, I'm always right. The fuck? Now I'm going to be thinking about everything that everybody said about Geminis when I'm talking throughout this episode. Focus on me. Um, Beautiful way. I just bit my fucking tongue. Which moves me into talking about dentists. I had a dentist appointment this morning. I have a tooth that's a little bit just like doing her own thing right now. Um, and I, full honesty, my teeth are literally made of glass. I come from, we all, whatever. I was at the dentist, and my dentist was like, "Your teeth are really, really brittle. Like they could just like break." And I was like, "Yeah, no. Like I've had fucked up teeth for a while. Like, going through it. Like da 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 da. This like insurance, family, whatever, what have you." And then she was just like, "Yeah, but like your teeth are really sensitive. Like they're really sensitive." And I was just like, "Yeah, no. Like I know. I know. Like I've been taking care of them, but like obviously there's a lot of damage to them and da 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 da." And she just like kept really saying that over and over. And then the dental hygienist came in and she was like, "Yeah, your teeth are really brittle." Like me and the nurse, like the dental nurse, were like talking about it. And I was just like, right, no, 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 no. That's right. That's the truth. That's like, I know, like, as a child, I like didn't take care of my teeth. My parents didn't have insurance, da 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 da, whatever. It doesn't matter. Where we arrived at is where we are at. And I'm doing the best I can with what I motherfucking got. And my teeth aren't fucked the fuck up. It's just like the health of my teeth could be better, and that's what it is, right? And then the dentist comes in. And he's like, "Yeah, like I was looking at your X-rays. Like you don't have like there's not a lot of plaque buildup, but like your teeth are brittle. Like they could just break." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like the whole dental office is like being a bitch. So I'm like, "Yeah, like you're a dental nurse, you're a dental hygienist, and you are saying that. Like, do you think I don't know anything about my teeth? Like, you guys are starting to piss me off." And then he was like, "Oh, no, no, no. We're just like trying to educate you about your teeth health." I'm like, "I know about my teeth health because they're in my fucking mouth. Like, they're in my fucking mouth, bitch. You think I don't know? He was like, but on the other hand, your gums are so healthy. We can tell you've been flossing and using the electric toothbrush and da 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 da. I'm like, no, 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 no. Don't try to backpedal now, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. We pay our dentists to be bitches to us. We pay them to be mean to us at the dental office. So then when you step back, like, bitch, I'm paying for a service here. I'm paying you to do something for me. And he was just like, yeah, no, like, we just have never had anybody tell us, like, hey, like, we're not trying to come off that way, but we're just trying to educate you. And I said, yeah, maybe you should get, like, new people who know how to, like, deal with black people in here, because it's like all their staff is white and you just keep running your mouth. And then I paid, and then I left. They weren't even being so fucking rude to me. They just were repeating the obvious to me. But I know to people they see on a daily or on a regular basis who need extreme dental work done, they are being bitches too. And I don't fucking like that. So I had to check them for a real bitch. Like I always have been. I wrote on here stan culture. I don't really want to talk about that anymore. It's just like, really quickly, it's just like, I don't know. Just like the dentist, it's just like yappa, 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 talking about the same things all the time. I don't understand. I wrote this down because Nicki Minaj and SZA got into a beef on Twitter or whatever. Like, SZA said something about Mercury retrograde. Nicki Minaj quoted it and talked about her freckles, whatever the fuck, and she said, I don't give a fuck about the shit that you pop it. And then after that, I saw a couple of my mutuals screenshot things that Nicki Minaj said and put their on their story, like advocating for her, like, yeah, like, eat SZA up. And then I saw people posting SZA's reply on their story and like advocating for SZA. I love Nicki Minaj and I love SZA. I've loved Nicki Minaj since 2007. I've loved SZA. I can't even tell you, but I've loved SZA since her first mixtape. I've been listening to her. I know all of their songs, all of the ad libs. It's so peculiar to me that you guys are posting their tweets on your story, like, in defense for the other person, or it, like, literally, you guys, every single day there are people dying in a genocide. And I know, like, as someone who literally just got done talking about gay people looking ugly and zodiac signs and 6 months out of relationships and towards Venus and da 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 da, I shouldn't be the one talking because obviously I participate in it too. But it's like there's a certain delusional mental illness, jobless behavior, needs to write a resume and edit some kind of physical document to our W-2 or I-9 form, or re-enroll in school, or just do something productive, or go read a book in the park kind of vibe to somebody who is going to screenshot a celebrity's post in an argument with another celebrity in defense of the same celebrity that they are advocating for. How useless. And it kind of goes back to like the Instagram infographics kind of vibe, but even worse, because it's like, why did you do that? Like, what? Not everything you do needs to be a step forward into the becoming your higher self or whatever the fuck, but like, that kind of shit is crazy to me. I don't know. I think it's very interesting and someone should do a study on it. Oh, this is moving into something that I really want to talk about. I was watching this anime, don't know the name of it at this point in time, but it's about this trash world where this boy's father allegedly murdered someone, and there's this world where they're separated by like the bourgeoisie and then like the really poor people, but then there's a trash chute that they dump people down who commit heinous crimes or are accused of committing heinous crimes, and there's even poorer people down there. But in that concept, it starts with a G. It's a really new anime. If you know what I'm fucking talking about, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But in it, the foster father of the main character says if you take care of something enough, it'll grow a soul. And I thought that was such a beautiful, beautiful concept. It's the same thing with the Eartha Kitt or whoever said that, I don't know. With the you go around to everybody and you give them your full self, and you come home to me and give me nothing. Those kind of concepts that I can take from media are so beautiful to me. Like this anime is just like beautiful animation, like stuff like that, and like it's meant to distract you, and like anime is its own separate beautiful genre. But when they introduce concepts like that as like small like tidbits of information, that's so beautiful. And I think that's like even down to my rings. Like, I was polishing them today, down to this necklace, down to this three necklace, all these things, my plushies. If you take care of something, if you're grateful enough for it, if you treat it with enough care, it can grow a soul. And I think that's just a beautiful concept. Like, that's just gorgeous. That's like we should take care of more things around us. And it's not just like things, it's like your relationship with someone, the bond between you, the energy that exists with someone you're talking to. If you cultivate that enough, if you care about it enough, it can become something beautiful. It can manifest a energy of its own. It's not necessarily a soul or whatever, what have you, but it's a beautiful thing to cultivate in and of itself. And it can kind of exist outside of you. Like, when you stop being friends with somebody after you created something so strong and beautiful, and there's kind of like this mystifying energy between you guys, and you always think maybe I should reach out to cultivate that. But that energy, like, energy cannot be created or destroyed, right? So it's like that energy still exists and it's out there because you cultivated such memories, such all the memories you have together, the conversations, the text threads, the FaceTimes, the late night drives, all that stuff. It still exists, and that's kind of what you yearn for in that moment when you're thinking about reaching out to those kind of people, which you should never do, in my opinion. But you cultivated that and it exists. And it's the same thing when you're thinking about old experiences, memories, all those things. Like, if you care about something truly and you give it your time, and it doesn't have to feel like strong, strenuous effort, because when you're doing something you care about, it usually doesn't feel like it's that strong or strenuous, but you're giving it so much energy that it exists on its own now. It has its own universe or its own way of moving and energy and fluctuating because you gave it so much love or hatred or even sadness, and now it kind of has a vibe of its own. And I think that concept in and of itself is just like, wow, like, you would never think that, not even you would never think that, but it's just like people don't put a lot of time and effort into things, period, now. So it kind of just feels like everything's like, uh, you know what I mean? So that's what kind of goes back to like the long form content kind of thing. I think people are just so instant gratification. As someone who is plagued by ADHD and like lives for instant gratification and needs a dopamine hit, six dopamine hits throughout the day to like literally exist. I understand that, but I'm just like, at a certain point we have to really like sit back and be like, let me add something to the one, or to the whole atmosphere, or to the, like, the concept of one cannot exist without the all, and the all cannot exist without the one. But like in the multiverse of media and like kind of collective consciousness is the phrase I was looking for. Adding things to the collective consciousness, or just like as a community, just like bringing something to the forefront, and just like adding productivity to your community, I think is what I'm trying to say. There's an importance, especially right fucking now, to adding important things to our community, because our community's fucked up. Right? Right. Okay. Another concept that I wanted to. This is the last serious concept, guys. I'm sorry. I just was feeling really existential throughout this week, so a lot of the things are existential. But I think I started pretty light, right? I said when you're gay, you're ugly, Gemini for 6 months. And then you pay a dentist to be a bitch to you. The pay the dentist to be a bitch to you got really serious because I started thinking about that while I was talking about it. But hey, you get it how you live it. As long as I'm alive, I can begin again and again. It's something I heard on TikTok. And that concept to me, oh God, just vote, just vote, just vote, just fucking vote. As long as I'm alive, I can begin again and again and again. I don't want to begin again. Like, the universe has showed me so, and I guess you can really put the blame. This is why I love The Alchemist. Damn, I didn't do a book recommendation in this episode. I'll do it in the next one. Or, I could go get my books. I don't really feel like it. I'm already almost done. I'm literally 52 minutes in. What was I just saying? Oh, I can begin again and again and again. It's just like the universe has showed me so many lessons over and over and over again, and I guess it goes back to myself. And then I said the thing about The Alchemist, and then I started talking about the book. But in The Alchemist, the literally ending of that book is him remembering a lesson that he learned in like the early to middle part of the book, and that's where he reaches like the goal that he's been trying to get to the whole entire time, because he finally aligned himself with the energy of the universe and listened to the lesson and learned it. So it's like, I understand, like, I need to really lock in with the universe, and then I won't have to repeat over and over again and again, and then the concept of beginning again and again and again will not be so daunting and like mentally draining and soul bearing to me. But it's like, damn, do you know how hard it is to be in line with the universe all the time? Like, align with your higher self, and then align with the universe who like created your higher self and predestinated all the stuff that you're going to be doing. And like, no, it's just like, damn, girl, it feels like hell on earth sometimes. But when you're really locked in, it doesn't feel like that. Obviously, I'm just not locked in, and that's the T. But that concept offered my friend who made fun of my Instagram post earlier, and I'm still sensitive about it because I'm going through an MDD flare up. That offered her hope. And it didn't offer me hope. It offered me a very long life that I wanted to end at like 28. So, I don't know. That concept really fucked me up. Moving on from that, we've got to wrap it up. My mouth is getting dry. Lil Yachty and NicOlandria. Lil Yachty's long-faced ass, big veneer having, bug-faced eyes looking ass said NicOlandria looks fake, and like he didn't believe in their relationship on stage. Lil Yachty, shouldn't you be worried about performing the same songs you've been performing for years? That I think there's such a weird, this season of Love Island has been so peculiar, where so many people have said so many odd things about this season, and it's like black people. It's like, you guys, like, I just don't think any other ethnicity does the things that black people do, where it's like they see black people going through something, and then they're like, oh yeah, let me add something to what black people are going through. It's like the universal experience of being black means nothing to another black person sometimes, and it's always somebody with low racial self-esteem. Like, Lil Yachty clearly is a dog ass nigga and has been that. Mariah the Scientist has told us, the situation with Caribou has told us. I mean, if he doesn't care about the lightest of the brightest, then he does not care about the darkest and the finest. Do you know what I'm saying? So him saying that about really Alandria, to me, I just feel like black men protect black women. But also, it's like, there's so many other things you could have said on that stage. Why did you talk about NicOlandria? I mean, and that could be like, oh, why are you making everything about race? I don't give a fuck. Everything is about race. We're in Trump's America, and the sheriff lives next door. Everything is about race. But the easiest thing that anyone could have done, knowing the racism that Shelly and Alandria were facing, has been like, you are my fans. We might have gotten in disagreements, but I don't condone racism. Sorry that Shelly is like the people's princess, and she's the baddest thing that we've ever seen on planet Earth. Like, what do you want her to do? Dim her light so you can shine, bitch? You can't dim a bad bitch's light like that. You see the way Shelly looks? If I look like Shelly, I'd be telling bitches to eat my ass and can swallow the shit. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Bedroom Corner with your host, me, Gengar, Eevee, the heart from Howl's Moving Castle, and Pikachu. And I'll see you guys next week, or the week after. Not really sure how I'm going to release these episodes yet.